Do you know of any saints? Like, are you related to any? Because I am. My great uncle or something like that on my dad's side just was canonized a saint like a couple months ago. Throughout that whole process, it became really real to me what the saints were. The saints for me, where it's just like, I've heard so much about them. They're like the elites of the faith. You could compare them to like athletes, right? But for me, it's like, they're way too far out there. Like, they're just the stuff that they went through, how they acted, it's just insane, but they're inspiring, right? So I actually want to read you something from the Catechism that talks about like what the saints kind of describing them. The saint is someone that practiced heroic virtue and lived in fidelity to God's grace. So they didn't just live virtue and just like, they lived virtue like heroically in every ounce of their day when they would try to just give themselves for the greater glory of God, right? They wanted to get to heaven. That was their goal. But a distinction that I want to make is like, a lot of times we see the saints and we're like, dang, they were so holy. They probably like never did anything wrong. I'm not like that. You don't know my past. Like, I've done so much wrong. The saints were sinners. Yeah, they were sinners at best, right? They kept trying and trying and trying. That's the difference. Anytime that they fell, they got back up. Maybe it took them a day or two, but they got back up because their desire was to get to heaven. And I just want to compare it like this. If you think of like athletes, or if you think of, if you're into movies, if you think of your favorite actor, or if you're Broadway, favorite actor there, whatever your passion is, you're probably going to have somebody that you look up to. And they can seem so far away. They can seem like, I'm never going to be at that level. I'm not going to be this great of a video producer as this guy, or music creator, or whatever. And yeah, maybe you won't, right? Maybe they are like legit. You can always get better, but maybe they are like, that was their gift and they're just so good. They have the eye for whatever it is, or they have the ability for whatever. The saints and becoming a saint isn't like that. I think a lot of times we can see it that way. We can see like becoming a saint is just going to be impossible. Like, there's only a few. It's an elite club. Like, maybe the team's already full and I can't make it this year. That's not the case. Sanctity is for everybody. You know, maybe being a professional athlete is for few, but sanctity is for everyone. The difference is like, do you want it, right? So the saints, I think, I heard this homily recently, and this kind of put sanctity into perspective, where very quickly the priest said that the saints, the only difference with the saints is that they knew how much God loved them. And when I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, obviously, duh, like that makes sense. Like, of course God loved them. God loves everyone. But I started sitting there and I started thinking, do I know the depths of God's love for me? Do I know how much he loves me? And am I trying to reciprocate that, right? Do I want to love him the way he loves me? And I started sitting there and I realized, I don't think I know how much God loves me. So I think that would be my question for you is, because if we know how much God loves us, then we're going to want to do everything we can to get to him, to spend eternity with him. So as you guys are striving to figure out how to get to heaven, that question will help you search for more. That question will help you to search for God more. How much does God love you? Try to sit with that and see what he's telling you.